your hometown phone company, and a whole lot more.
Our business is communications.
Electronic connections, linking people, information, and images.
Anytime, anywhere.
We serve the world's best market for communications.
We're innovators, constantly redefining ourselves with new products, new technologies.
We want to be the customer's first choice in every market we serve.
Domestic and international.
Here at Bell Atlantic, we're changing the way the world communicates.
Welcome to Bell Atlantic. We're glad to be adding your unique talents to our team. You've joined us at a very exciting time in our history. We're creating the world's best communications and information company, and now you're part of it. Let me tell you about the company you've joined. Bell Atlantic's market stretches over most of the Northeast, from Maine to Virginia. This area represents 1/4 of the U.S. telecommunications market and includes the highest concentration of sophisticated and demanding consumers in the nation. Our residence market is loaded with knowledge workers, telecommuters, internet surfers, and high-end users of value-added services. The business market is just as rich, with over 34% of Fortune 500 companies. It contains a service-intensive economy and many of the world's premier financial, media, entertainment, educational, and political institutions. As a result, Bell Atlantic is the largest local telephone company and one of the world's largest wireless providers. We're also the world's largest publisher of Yellow Pages. Globally, we provide wireless service in Mexico, phone directories in the Czech Republic, and we've even constructed the world's longest undersea fiber optic cable stretching from Japan to the United Kingdom. The markets we've chosen to enter are competitively driven. Bell Atlantic must be prepared to provide the absolute best in products and services to our customers. To succeed, we must be the customer's first choice for communication and information services in every market we serve, domestic and international. We don't want customers for a day, we want them for a lifetime. This customer focus requires a high level of commitment from you. Your top priority must be to deliver excellence to our customers each day, every day. This commitment is part of the partnership you've entered into with Bell Atlantic. It began when you accepted our offer of employment and will continue until you leave the company. In return for your commitment to our goals and vision, we pledge our commitment to you, to your professional growth and your future. As a new employee, you bring enthusiasm and motivation, along with your own unique talents, to Bell Atlantic. We offer you the opportunity to utilize those talents. We will provide you with the tools and the technology that will help you do your job well. And we're prepared to make investments in your training and development to enhance your and our competitive edge. Starting today, you'll begin to discover how you can contribute to Bell Atlantic's success. You'll learn about Bell Atlantic's culture, business strategy, policies, and the resources available to you. It will require work and commitment on your part, but your efforts will be rewarded. Limitless possibilities, exciting work, challenges, and rewards all are waiting for you. If you make the commitment and contribute your best, you will make your mark. So once again, welcome to Bell Atlantic.
It's a great time to be with the company. The growth potential is, it's endless.
It takes months to gain a customer and only seconds to lose them.
Every customer counts, whether it's a one-line customer or a 50 million line customer.
We have to give better service. That's the only way to compete.
I want people to like my company. And that's basically what it is. I want them, this is my company. It's my truck, it's my company.
This is our world, a fast-paced and constantly evolving marketplace for communication and information services. Bell Atlantic is well positioned to play a dominant role in the most lucrative market in the United States. We're also prepared to take the lead in developing markets worldwide.
Our strategy for business development, both in the United States as well as around the world, is to look for high-growth markets and opportunities that leverage Bell Atlantic's core competencies, which is owning and operating the best telephone network around. This is one reason why Bell Atlantic is often viewed to be an excellent partner for international projects and investments, because we are known for our customer care, our customer service, and the quality of our people.
Not only have we helped shape the telecommunications world of today, we are helping to create the world of tomorrow.
People's lives, the way they communicate, the way they manage information, the way they entertain themselves, the way they conduct business, the way they collaborate with one another will be very different in the new millennium.
And all this happens on a playing field defined by three things: the relative strength and number of our competitors, the framework of regulation, and the wild card of emerging technologies. Take competition. In today's current marketplace, we're not the only ones in the game. We're not even one of the few. Therefore, we have to be the best. What does it take to be the best? Consider this. What's most important to you when you're considering a purchase? Low cost? Best value? Superior service? One-stop shopping? Well, that's what should be foremost in your mind when you're doing your job here. Our customers are looking for the same things that you are.
They're very competitive out there, and the customer wants the best that can be offered. They want the best price, they want the best technology, they want the best product, and they want it now.
They expect to have their service. Every time they pick up that phone, they expect that dial tone to be there. They expect us to be there when we say we're going to be there. They expect us to keep to our promises that we have made to them as a telecommunications provider.
They're looking for the best possible service they can get for their buck. I would say more bang for the buck. They're looking for respect. They're looking for courtesy. They're looking for good service. That's their right, especially when they have to pay for it.
So we know it's competitive out there. What does it take to set Bell Atlantic apart from the rest? First and foremost, it means we have to be customer-focused.
Whenever our customers touch us, either because they talk to us over the phone, they have technicians visiting them in their homes, they receive our bills, whenever they touch us, we treat them in a way that makes them feel cared for.
You have to treat your customer when they come in as an individual. They are what makes our business successful.
And I find that if I put the smile in my voice and on my face, and that I'm giving them all the information they need, that's all that they should need, and that they'll be happy to stay with us.
Customer wants to be delighted. That's our new word. You want to delight the customer, and you have to give off that feeling, you know.
You can't be tricked into thinking that the game is done because a competitor takes your customer today. That customer will continue to look for options tomorrow, so we will look to win them back one way or another.
Each day is a brand new one in this market. We must, of course, look for new customers, but we must also keep our current customers happy and win back those customers that have been lured by lower prices or jazzier sales pitches. That's how competitive this market is. So while our customers find value and superior service here, they must also find the latest in technology. This means not only offering today's technology, but quickly implementing emerging technologies and anticipating future needs. For some customers, dial tone is enough, but for a growing number, there's the need for additional lines, high-speed access, and enhanced services. We must offer it all.
survival is the key. The company realizes that we need to be not only one step, but several steps ahead of the competition, so that we want to, keep, the customers that we have, get new ones and just grow. So, and we need to do that. We just can't sit stagnant and just feel comfortable about what we just have out there, constantly improving and enhancing on what's out there.
Bell Atlantic has traveled light years, from the simple ring of the telephone in the early 20th century to the fantastic possibilities of the 21st.
We see Bell Atlantic's role as going beyond the role of a common carrier. In the 20th century, our industry, our business, primarily provided connectivity for people to be able to communicate with one another. In the next century, we will be migrating up the protocol stack, so to speak, and we will be providing richer, more intelligent features and functions and services.
It's an exciting time to be in our business. We're turning the metaphor of the global village into reality by delivering our services worldwide while developing new technologies here at home. The competition is fierce, but we're prepared to meet it. We have what it takes to set us apart from the rest of the pack. Our success begins and ends with your total commitment to our customers. Driven by that commitment and that of your fellow employees, Bell Atlantic will rise to the top of the marketplace and ensure all of us a profitable and successful future.
The real competitive fight we have is through our people.
I think the customer wants to be taken care of by someone who's knowledgeable, by someone who sounds as if they really care, who's willing to listen.
We got to give the customer quality. That's the bottom line.
They get the idea of the company through us. And if we can't represent ourselves as well, the customer is not going to call back and say, wow, Bell Atlantic.
We have to stop saying, well, it's not my job, I'll have to pass that off to somebody else.
To be the customer's first choice for communication and information services in every market we serve. That's the way we do business, what drives and directs our actions every day. You might wonder what your role will be in making this vision a reality. How does an individual make a difference? By understanding our strategies and making them part of the way you work. Now, how does that play out in the workplace? First and foremost, we delight the customers.
Basically, how I satisfy my customers is I put myself in their position. Everyone has been on their end. When you need service, you call in, you expect someone to help you out and understand your problems and help you as best as they can.
It's making the customer feel at ease. You're putting yourself like within their level, like you're putting yourself in their shoes. And you're trying to make them happy. Whatever makes them happy is best for us, and it also helps us in the marketplace to overcome competition and other things that do come along.
One of the strategies that Bell Atlantic is using to meet its vision is to manage the business process. And what we're looking at here are three distinct entities. We're looking at the customer, we're looking at the employee, and we're looking at the shareholder. When we look at these three entities, what we're trying to do is help employees to understand how quality fits into meeting the customer's requirements, helping employees to understand what they need to do from their perspective to meet the customer's requirements and also to meet the requirements of our shareholders.
When I get in my truck this morning, every morning, it's like I own my own business. I get in my truck, I go, and I come back when I'm done. There's nobody telling me really what to do. I do what has to be done. And if I have to take the extra step, I'll take the extra step. I want people to like my company. And that's basically what it is. I want them, this is my company. It's my truck, it's my company.
Well, we look for opportunities outside of the United States that leverage Bell Atlantic's core competency. which is owning and operating the best telephone network around. And we also look for markets that have high growth potential, where the regulatory environment is liberalized and allows companies like Bell Atlantic to either partner or invest in a way that provides share-owner growth and growth of services.
Our strategies are designed to help us succeed in every part of our business. The strategies may change, but they'll always reflect our vision. Take time to think about how you will apply these strategies on the job. Learn from your teammates and their successes. Then act and take pride in a job well done. Our strategies and vision are supported by a firm commitment to quality. This shows in our approach to customer care and in our assurance to our customers that the Bell Atlantic name is synonymous with value and best-in-class services and products. But what is quality?
I think the employee really needs to understand that quality is not something extra to do. It's something that he or she needs to internalize and make transparent in the everyday type things that they do.
We always talk about quality, but quality is hard to define because quality is different to every customer. It depends on their specific needs. And that's what we have to start addressing, what that specific customer needs for that type of business or for that type of home. You can't just generalize it.
Quality means, personally to me, doing a good job, doing the job that you're there to do professionally, and having that job, being proud of that job, being able to stand behind that job once it's done. You know, not being afraid to say, like, yes, that's a job I've done.
Quality means to me on the job, do it the way I want it done in my home. If I don't want it there at my house, don't put it in anybody else's.
We want customers to think of one company when they want value, quality, and a full range of services. Bell Atlantic. Our name must be synonymous with superior customer care. We want our name to be the first one that comes to mind when a customer thinks, I need a solution, and I need it now.
The one thing we hear from all of our customers, be they business, residents, wireless, or regular telephone customers, is that the world is increasingly confusing for them, and they would like one company to make it all easier.
That company is Bell Atlantic. Another important building block to our success is our total commitment to a set of exemplary values: integrity, customer commitment, respect, excellence. We ask you to learn these values and take them to heart. Make them part of the way you do business. That is exactly what a group of your teammates did for Shady Grove Hospital in Maryland.
I got a call that evening about 10 minutes of 10 from our security department that the telephone system, there was no dial tone in the hospital whatsoever.
I asked her how many lines you need. She said about 6. I immediately procured 6 cell phones, got them active. What was on my mind is that these people needed some help. She said, how fast can you be there? I said, within the hour.
By about midnight, we had a crew here determining and assessing our material needs and our force needs. And by 2 a.m., we had a fiber crew here ready to start splicing the fiber back.
We focused on trying to get this done as quickly as we possibly could, trying to restore any service, and particularly the critical services.
We were really trying to tailor our response to what their needs were.
Our main objective is to get the customer back in service. That's just the bottom line, as quickly as possible.
When the morning shift came on, there was, it was very transparent to them. We had dial tone.
As you have just seen, beyond strategies and values, Bell Atlantic's success depends upon both the individual commitment and high-performance teamwork of its employees. At Bell Atlantic, we know that working together, we can meet any customer request.
We intend to be the first choice of an increasingly diverse customer base. We cannot do that without the innovation, the creativity, and the customer connectiveness of an increasingly diverse employee base.
I'm part of a small group, La Conexión. It's a Spanish business office. And the group of people that I work with, my team members, are very important to me. Most of them have had many more years in the company than I, and they help me whenever I have a problem.
Whatever I can offer to them, they know that they can come to me, and I will give them that information.
We treat everyone as individuals, and we see everyone as a special person, which may not have one quality, but has another quality that can attribute to the team. And we use everyone's resources in order to come together and take care of our major obstacles.
Strategies, values, commitment to quality, teamwork. All these elements will play a role in your journey through Bell Atlantic. Your ability to integrate them into your day-to-day actions will determine how successful your career is, and ultimately, how successful Bell Atlantic will be at becoming our customers' first choice for communication and information services.
This past Christmas, a vendor I've done a lot of business with sent me a calendar and a watch. It was a beautiful watch, gold even. Oh, it was wrapped so pretty.
Who do I go to? My supervisor? They're like this. She'll never believe her friend's prejudice, much less back me up.
As we expand into new lines of business and explore new markets in this country and around the world, we're changing and growing. But one thing will never change: our commitment to ethical business conduct. We must send the message to the world that we are responsible. We are people that can be trusted. And the reputation of Bell Atlantic depends on each of us. The Bell Atlantic Code of Business Conduct provides us with an ethical compass to help keep us on course. It's a valuable guide for our actions and decisions in the workplace. We know it's right to respect others, right to ensure the accuracy of the information we produce, right to protect the privacy of our customers. But knowing how to apply these principles in day-to-day work activities may not always be clear-cut. That's why the code is a valuable reference and decision-making tool. Let's look at two stories that bring the code to life. Our first story features Maria Hernandez. She began working with the company 2 years ago, right after college. She recently started working as a representative. In Maria's second week, her supervisor went on vacation, leaving her instructions to go to a coworker, Steve Brickman, with any questions. Steve would serve as her acting supervisor. This is where we join them.
Steve? Excuse me, are you Steve?
Yes. What is it?
I'm Maria Hernandez.
And?
And? Well, I don't understand this paragraph, and I was wondering if you could help me out.
You don't understand this?
Well, I understand most of it, sure. It's just that I'm not familiar with all the terminology.
Then look it up in the handbook, and then if you still have a problem, I'd be glad to help you.
But I only wanted to ask about...
I told you to look it up in the handbook.
Wait a minute. Our supervisor told me to ask you if I had any questions. Now, do you have a problem with that?
I don't have a problem with that, no. But you're going to have a problem if you don't run along and let me do my job.
Well, excuse me. It just sort of escalated from there. I tried to talk to Steve about it, but he just turned his back on me. Before I knew it, he was bad-mouthing me to other people in the office. He just kept harassing me. Every time he would walk by my office, he would say, "Are you still here?" And then there were the racial slurs. Like he would never call me by my real name. He would always call me Rosita or Conchita or something like that. You know, I felt like quitting, but I didn't want to give him the satisfaction.
As often occurs in these situations, there can be two very different versions of the same incident. Let's hear from Steve.
When my supervisor took her vacation, I was appointed acting supervisor, and she asked me to watch over a new rep on the job, a woman named Maria Hernandez, to show her the ropes if she needed any help. I told her, sure, I'd be glad to. Well, a week or so later, I remember we were really busy that day. This woman showed up at my desk.
Steve?
Yes?
Maria Hernandez.
Oh, hi. Could you give me a minute, please? I just want to finish this
This
up.
will only take a minute. I don't understand this paragraph. Would you explain that to me?
I'm sorry, but I'm really in a rush to get this report done. Why don't you look it up in the handbook, and then if you still have a problem.
What's it gonna take, 2 minutes of your time? You can't be all that busy.
Sorry.
Well, excuse me.
A few days after this incident, Hernandez approached me and demanded an apology for being rude and talking about her behind her back. Well, I didn't want another big scene, so I just turned around and walked away. Now, 2 months later, she's lodging a complaint. Do you believe this woman?
Steve thought Maria was overreacting, and Maria wasn't sure where to turn. Maria was reluctant to go to her supervisor. She thought the supervisor might be biased in favor of Steve. While this feeling turned out to be unfounded, it was certainly understandable. She raised her issue with the Bell Atlantic Ethics and Corporate Compliance Guideline. Maria reached a team of professionals ready to give her coaching, guidance, and support. To provide privacy, she was given a confidential ID number and a date and time to call for an update on the status of her case. With Maria's consent, her supervisor was contacted and also given guidance. Unaware of any issues between Steve and Maria, the supervisor gained a fuller understanding of the situation by interviewing them individually. As she proceeded, the supervisor uncovered serious allegations. Co-workers stated that Steve often made condescending and abusive remarks, including racial slurs, to Maria and others. Because the issue included racial harassment, the Bell Atlantic Equal Employment Opportunity Organization was consulted. They found that a similar complaint against Steve had been made the year before. After a thorough investigation, the case was reviewed with Steve and Maria's supervisor, and corrective actions were taken. This kind of incident has no place at Bell Atlantic. Respect for our employees and each other is one of our core values. Each day, we must think what we can do as individuals to team up together to make this a respectful place to work. The issues in our Code of Business Conduct are often put to the test as a matter of personal integrity. This is the story of two brothers, Richard and Danny. They are very close. But Danny thinks Richard is Mr. Bell Atlantic, and Richard feels Danny is always on the wrong side of some big deal. We join them at a family dinner as Danny makes a big announcement.
A job?
Yep.
A real job?
Yeah, sales rep.
Oh, Danny, that's terrific.
That's great, Dan. I'm so happy for you. That's great, Dan. I hope it works out for you. Well, good, thanks, because that's where you come in. That's where I come in? Yeah, you see, I got one small problem. Yeah, which is? Well, when Nicky gave me his address and his phone number, I wrote it down in the address book that I lost. Nicky's got an unlisted telephone number. How did you know? ESP. All right, now the great Kreskin's going to read the other half of your brain. You want me to use my access to the customer database? Yeah! Hey, listen, I really want to thank you for this, Richie. I really appreciate it because you... No, okay. What do you mean, no? No. Nada. No way. No how. No chance. So you're telling me I got the opportunity of a lifetime here and you don't want to even look something up for me?
Richard, Danny needs a little help is all.
I know. I can't do that, Ma. Well, why not, for crying out loud? It's private information. Private schmivate. I'm your brother. What, that doesn't count for anything? Well, yeah, of course it counts for a lot, Dan. But if I worked for a bank, would you ask me to help you break into somebody else's safe deposit box? That's different. Why is it different?
Those files are filled with private property. They hold customers' personal account information, records, communications data. That's information that people entrust to us only for specific business purposes.
Can't you make an exception?
Well, let's see. Am I required by law to give you Nikki's unlisted number?
No.
Will my giving you the information protect the safety of customers, employees, or company property?
No.
All right, then you're out of luck, Dan, because those are the only two exceptions.
Somebody made you agree to a rule that says, okay, Richard, you can look at all this information, you just can't show it to your brother Danny.
No, not to my brother Danny, and not to the head of the CIA, and not to the Queen of England, not to anybody. I'm sorry, Danny, but that's the way it is.
Come on, you can bend the rules a little.
Danny, I can't do it.
What's it gonna cost you for crying out loud?
Well, it could cost me my job, for starters, but it's not gonna because I'm not gonna do it.
Look, all you gotta do is look it up in that customer database thing. I mean, it's sitting right in front of you. Who's gonna know?
Danny, I'm gonna know.
Here's a problem hitting at a most personal level. But Richard takes his responsibility seriously and knows he's accountable to those who've placed their trust in him. He wasn't simply following the code blindly. He understood the spirit of the code. It's a matter of responsibility, a matter of conscience, a matter of trust. At one time or another in our work, each of us is likely to be confronted with a difficult decision involving ethics. If you have any question about how to deal with a specific situation, consult the Code of Business Conduct. If you need further clarification, consult your supervisor or a higher level manager. If that doesn't feel comfortable to you, call or write the Bell Atlantic Guideline. You'll be put in touch with a team of professionals who will provide coaching, guidance, and support. Remember, at Bell Atlantic, we are responsible.
I think everyone should take advantage of what Bell Atlantic has to offer.
You know, it's just something basically to keep me on point with how I want to, develop myself as a person.
We're here to help the community. We're here to be more than just your communications company. We're here to be your friends.
I think training and education is the key to a bright future for the new company.
The many resources available make me a better employee, and better employees make a stronger company.
You know how important your performance is to making Bell Atlantic's vision a success. You also know that Bell Atlantic offers support to build on your existing skills or to help you learn new ones. You know that Bell Atlantic also provides resources that can help you balance work with other parts of your life. Though these resources may change from time to time, the message is clear. There are tools within easy reach. We'll hear from employees who took advantage of some of the resources currently available. We'll also see how employees volunteered time and energy to work towards the betterment of the community. These employees looked at what Bell Atlantic has to offer, took advantage of it, and put it to work. Today's business climate requires us to constantly ask ourselves, am I doing the best that I can? What can I do to improve my performance? Listen to a few employees who learned more about themselves, sharpened their existing skills, and developed new ones.
By improving my education, not only did it help me as an individual gain better technical knowledge, more information about the safety field, hone my professional skills, but it also is coming back to assist Bell Atlantic because I can do my job in more of a professional, efficient way.
I think everyone should take advantage of what Bell Atlantic has to offer in terms of opportunity. They provide training. The training actually is a foundation where you would build on. They would give you a lot of tools that you can use on your job. you know, and also personal. So it is very important for you to focus on the training and from there enhance your skills.
There are resources for times you may find it difficult to meet the demands of balancing work with the rest of your life. These resources may answer the needs of both your physical health and emotional well-being and can provide help.
The one that I used most frequently was the information on medical situations. I had a few situations come up in not only my immediate family, but my extended family, where I was looking for some information. And I found that process to be easy, quick, and of course the information came right to me in the office.
When I called them, they gave me information that was very helpful on my carpal tunnel and also let me know that my doctor was leading me in the right direction. It made me feel good that the company does care at a time when you probably aren't feeling your best.
Bell Atlantic supports groups of employees whose objectives are to promote mutual respect for all individuals. These employees join together to discuss issues, provide support, and celebrate diversity. Bell Atlantic is proud of its community involvement. We encourage our employees to become involved with causes that improve the quality of life in our communities and schools.
Last year, Montgomery County sponsored a cleanup day, community cleanup day, in which Bell Atlantic participated in, and I participated as well. I went and we met at different locations throughout the county. We had several officers from the company that were there, and we went out and we did things like clean up parks, picking up trash. We also did some painting. I happened to be on a crew that went to a community home, and we painted the inside of the community home. It gives you a sense of, hey, I'm doing more than just for myself. I'm assisting the larger community.
Training and development resources, programs to balance work and personal life, and community service activities all present opportunities for Bell Atlantic employees. Now it's time for you to take the first step. Think about how you might use these resources to enhance your work and personal life, now and in the future. You have the tools for success. You have the team to back you up. And you have the knowledge and skills to be the best. It's time to hit the ground running. Before you do, here are some final words from your team members to help smooth the way.
My advice is to take responsibility for your career. Be proactive. Your success will help drive the company's success. And as the company grows, we expect there will be more opportunities for employees to grow, personally and professionally.
Stay curious. Stay in a mode of learning, because you will continue to learn. Don't rest on your laurels to say, okay, I've learned that, now I can be comfortable. Don't get comfortable. Stay curious and keep a positive attitude.
All of those traits you should possess, and open-mindedness and a willingness to learn, and not look through a tunnel vision, but to be very broad-minded and be accepting, and be flexible, willing to learn new things and to adventure. Take the boat away from the shore.
Jump in with both feet. We need your creativity, your passion, and your uniqueness. And we need it now.
Should be patient, calm, and very polite. Always remember the customer is number one. The customer is king, and it's really the customer that's paying our check at the end of the month.
This is a company where there's a lot of opportunity, a lot of places to go, as long as you prove yourself and you put the best to every day.
Try to learn as much about the products, the procedures, and the equipment, and just try to be at the top of your game, at the top of their field.
Just take your time, listen to the customer, express that you want to help them, and they'll be very receptive to you.
Just delight the customer, that's all.
Welcome to Bell Atlantic.
Maria Hernandez.
Oh, hi.